Warmest congratulations, and I would like everybody on the call here to give a big congratulation to our newest certified Chief AI officers. So Raj and Sherry Kotvis and Tyrese Nieswander and Kimberly Hodgkinson are all recent graduates who have completed the program. We applaud you. We understand the effort and the work that went in there, and we're proud of you. So if I mispronounced your name wrong, I apologize for that. But yeah, congratulations to them. Our community is growing. We are getting more and more chief AI officers out there, and that's what it's all about. So congratulations to Raj and Sherry and Tyrese and Kimberly for completing the program. I've gone through the program. I know how much work it is. I also have added a new section to our call. So we'd like to offer a congratulation and welcome to our new Chief AI Officer students, people who have enrolled in the Chief AI Officer Certification Program. As I said, we had a challenge about a week ago. We had a great response to it, and we have a whole group of new people. Some of you may be on the call here for the first time. So I want to welcome Jonathan Harbour, Kellyanne Fidio, Santosh Vilu, Jean-Baptiste, Ren Tyler, Patty Dominguez, Andrew Lopez, Jesse Lynn, Joey Gindi, Nicole Higgenkamp, Maria Salazar, Adam Lawson, Kevin Tenen, Marilyn Wilson, and David Pauly. So, for all of you who just graduated with your certificates, turn around, look behind you. These people are coming up behind you. Welcome everybody to the program. We're here to support you. We're here to validate the decision that you made in joining this program. So, welcome to you all, and thank you for joining our community and making it better. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. I did my best. I'm used to it with a name like Pomerantz. Yeah, I get asked all the time on that one. So, congratulations to our newest chief AI officers, and again, congratulations to everybody who has joined the program. I would like to give a shout out to our community leaders. So once we get into share my screen here and show you what our community looks like, we have a leaderboard. These are the people who are the most active and okay. Segovia, what are you doing here? Okay. These are people who are the most active in our program. I want to give a shout out to our newest leader, Chris Lannon, has landed at the top of the leaderboard this week. Terry is still in the top of the group, and we want to welcome Dawn to the top of the leader pack. The contributions you give to our community, the participation, answering questions, offering support, offering guidance, answering questions, all that great stuff. It's what the community is about. So you don't get a prize, you don't get a parking spot, you don't get anything like that, but we do want to acknowledge and say, hey, we really appreciate everything that you do in the community. And if you're new on the call and you get into the community, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. As I mentioned, we did have a challenge just recently. And on that challenge, we had a great response. We do these challenges about once every month or so. The next challenge is coming up on Monday, October 14th. Okay, the next challenge is Monday, October 14th. So, the challenge is a 3-day challenge. Day one is Intro to Generative AI and the exact tools you need. Day two is crafting your AI strategy and your implementation roadmap. And day three is the opportunities for you as a chief AI officer. We also now have a special Saturday session, which Chris has added. So we talk a lot about some different tools during the course of the challenge. And on Saturday, Chris spends about 2 hours going through a bit of a deeper dive on the tools, not necessarily how to use the tools, but how to apply the tools. So the whole Chief AI Officer program isn't necessarily how we use the tools. There's a lot of tutorials and great content that's out there. A lot of the tools really don't have that much of a learning curve on them. But what this community is about is how do we apply these tools, and how do we apply these tools specifically in the context of solving and resolving business problems, and getting the sand out of the gears in business operations. So the Saturday call with Chris goes into a deeper dive of how do we apply these. If you missed the challenge that just happened, I invite you to look in your chat, and I'll actually throw that in here one more time for some of the late arrivals. If you missed the challenge, I encourage you to please join our Chief AI Officer Insider community. It's a free trial for 14 days. And if you missed the challenge, guess what? You can sign up for the AI Insider program, and the recordings of the challenge that just happened are in there. So you can catch up on all 3 days of the challenge that we just had. Those recordings are updated every time we do a new challenge. The recordings for the 3 days and Chris's special on Saturday are all in there. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, what's this challenge? If you go to the sign up page for the challenge, you will enroll, and then when you hit submit, you'll get an invitation to join the AI Insider program. But we ask you to please join that, check it out, and see what's going on. All right, I'm going to open the floor up to our next section, which is wins. Let's share some wins of the week. Whoever has a win, something that gelled for you, an aha moment, a golden nugget, something you were working on that you want to share, a lead that you got, a client that you secured. We want to have a win. Ren, the answer is no. AI insiders see everything that's in our program with the exception of the certification program itself. So you get access to everything. No additional requirements there. Join it, check it out. It's free for 14 days. Mr. Steve, you got to win for me. Share it, bro.
I do, two actually. It's only $750, but it's a 1.5 hour training session on how to use generative AI in the workplace, kind of a thing. So at least I get my feet wet. I get to do a couple of them is what I'm trying to do, and I'm getting paid, which is cool. I also got 11,000 leads for a lead reclamation project that I'm working on. So that's pretty cool. That's going to turn out to be a nice piece of change when we get some of those deals. But it's good. It's all good, man.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. We love hearing about the wins. We love hearing about landing things that put money in your pocket, because ultimately that's why we're doing this. That's why we are reinventing ourselves and upskilling and learning all the great things that we've got going on here. Wayne, what you got, my friend?
I have great. Just got off a meeting this morning. Had a couple things. I am a certified mentor with SCORE, and I mentioned that a number of times and invited people that they should also be involved with their local SCORE organization. It's free. You're a mentor. You don't get paid for it, but it's amazing who it puts you in contact with. I was a speaker today as a SCORE mentor for a minority business owners association, and out of that organization, the other two speakers that were there, one was the person in charge of the Indiana State Toll Road Association, and set up an appointment to talk to them about what we can do to help them as fractional chief AI officers. So it's great because I'm always known for saying business goes where it's invited. So what are you doing to invite business to you? And one of the ways is you put yourself out there, and you put yourself out there in things that you don't get paid with, but like a good game of pool, you make one shot to get the other shot. And so I'm expecting this will turn out to be very profitable for us. And it's a great label to have on our website.
Excellent. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you for sharing. And one of the reasons that we're sharing here is just, somebody's win lifts all boats. So we want to, hear wins from our cohorts that are in this program with us. Also, when somebody shares a win, it's like Oh yeah, I got to check that out. So Wayne just mentioned Score, and we're going to talk about Score from his Wednesday call. But you're going to hear somebody say something that they did or are a member of or whatever, and you're going to perk up and go, "Oh, I need to check that out. If that's working for them, maybe I should check it out." So that's one of the real reasons that we're sharing here. It's Hive Mind. Kim, what's going on?
Oh, let me get my hand down. So a couple things. One, some of you know that I'm working with this $10 million construction company. I'm putting their strategy together for AI. And I actually sent them a review of their website that I just did, in the 5 minutes that you have to do it on ChatGPT. And I sent it to them, and they have a lot of SEO opportunities. And so it's going to be interesting to see. He was totally floored that their premier regional marketing firm didn't do this. And so it was quite interesting. So this is a pipeline that I'm expecting once I get done with this company to actually open up a lot more doors, and perhaps for this group in here, because as you guys know, I'm not a doer. Um, I'm a strategy person. And then I also I was just at a conference, and I'm in healthcare. So I was just at a conference on revenue cycle or billing for healthcare. And it's a relatively large vendor. And I was speaking to their women's board on self-care. So that's why I was there. And I was talking to one of the senior vice presidents about AI, and she's just like, oh my gosh, you have to come and train our senior leadership team. And the reason I'm telling you this story is don't assume because a company is big that they don't need your help and they already have help. So
So
just talk to them, share with them what you know. And I'm going to end up doing a 4 hour training with their executive team just on some basic tools to make their life easier.
Awesome.
it's what I've said before. All you have to do is start talking about AI and you know something that's going on, and everybody here that's on this call, we are way further down the road than everybody else. We're not late. This is just getting rolling. So all you have to do is mention it, and it's like moths to the light. Oh, you know something about AI? Oh, really? What, tell me about that. I've kind of heard it. I saw Oprah on TV talking about it, but I'm not quite sure what it is or how it applies to my business. So Kim, thank you for sharing that. I also heard a golden nugget drop on the floor of opportunity. Kim mentioned that she isn't a doer, that she came across an opportunity where a client she's talking to has SEO problems, that's perfectly legit for somebody in this group to reach out to Kim and say, hey, I know SEO. I can help you out with, how can I help you with that project? So we're collaborative here. We want to work on client projects together. Some people are the mechanics and the doers. Some people are the strategy people here. So
Mhm.
partner up and nail deals and work together. That's what this is all about. So thank you for dropping that, and thank you for sharing, Kim. Karan, sir, are you raising your hand?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm excellent.
Am I audible now?
Yes, please.
Okay. As I was talking to Wayne for the last week, that I reached out here in my area, New Jersey, Princeton, New Jersey area, regarding SCORE, and they got I got a reply from them saying that you need to talk to two people. That's kind of interview, and 30 minutes each. Then once you pass or they approve, then you will be a part of the team, and in Princeton Score chapter. So yesterday I had a 30 minutes conversation with one person, and I explained, and he said all the rules and all those things, and he said, yes, I am approving you for the next step, that you can talk to the next person, which I will be talking to him in in few hours. So once usually they approve, then probably I will be part of mentorship or SME, all those good stuff that I'm planning to do. So I just wanted to share to the team, especially thank you very much for helping Wayne, and that discussion I heard last week. So that is what I just want to share. Thank you again.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's what we're all about here, is sharing the love and sharing the wins. And don't be shy. It's not bragging if it's true. Okay. So tell us all the good stuff and bring it to the next call. Look forward to hearing more wins from more people next week. Thank you all for sharing very much. Uh, it proves that it's working. Things are working. All right. So I'm going to dump over into a screen share here and start into the next part of my conversation.
Hey, Lee, I had a quick question,
Yes,
real
sir.
quick. I went through all the modules in the certification course and it's stuck at 95%. Has anyone else experienced that?
Yes,
Okay,
it's a known issue. There's
cool.
a support ticket in our system already. I saw it yesterday or the day before. Segovia, you got anything else to add on that other than we're working on it?
I think if you get past the whatever the bug is, the 95%, Andrew, were you able to get to the part where you can book a call, or did it prevent you from getting that far?
I booked the already had the call.
Yeah, okay, then you're fine. We're gonna figure out why. I think what happened is some lesson got decommissioned, but if you were already enrolled in that as we were changing the course, it still thinks you could complete it, but it's not even available to you. Just
Yeah, I think it's
something
in
that hit the cutting room floor.
Yeah, I think the bug might be in module 10. That was the only module I had issues with, but I still got through it. So maybe
Mine
somewhere to
got
start.
stuck at a different number, not 95, but it was because I didn't check off that I had read the read items. I didn't know I had to check those off.
I
So
see.
it could be that too.
So you weren't stuck. You just skipped a bunch.
No, I read them. I just didn't check them off.
I see.
Continue.
Anyway, it'll be resolved soon, folks. And if you just got enrolled, hopefully it won't mean that you're also stuck in a few weeks when you get down the end of the pipe. But if you can only get it to 95, that's fine. We'll get you through there.
Great. Thank you,
Thank you.
Segovia.
So I have a question too. Besides the capstone, am I supposed to book a call as well?
Yeah. So at the capstone would be generally I will do a review of that with you either before and or after if it needs a little bit of revisions or what have you. So do we already have a call, Dawn?
No.
Okay. Do you have the link? Have you seen that one?
I'll log in. I'll check it, and then
I'll ping you. I'll ping you the link as well.
Okay. Thanks.
For everyone who's new on the call, that is Segovia Smith. He is our Chief Operating Officer. So you will see him on various calls throughout the week and on the challenge. He also runs our prompting call on Tuesdays, which we'll get to in a second. So thank you, Segovia, for dropping in on that. Any other questions or little issues that are coming up as we're going through the course? Andrew, appreciate you bringing that to our attention. All right. Let's get back to the fun activities here. All right. So, as I mentioned, we have a call every, there we go, day of the week, Monday through Friday. And what I do on our call here today is just give a summary of what's going on in these calls. If you are looking at your screen, and I've got my screen share here, this is our AI Insider community. So when you sign up for the AI Insider program, this is what you get. We have a video vault, which has all of the calls. We have the recordings from the challenge. So here are the recordings from the September challenge that just happened. And we also have questions and feedback, share your wins. We have all kinds of other training and goodies in here. We've got Prompt Vault. We've got Smart Cuts. So as I said, you get access to absolutely everything that's in here, except for the certification program itself. So when a call gets done during the week, it's usually up in here within 24 hours or so. We're lagging a little bit on that. And let me just dive into what happened this week. As you can see, here's Saturday's call that Chris did as a follow-up to the challenge. So on Monday, we have a call in the category of real-world AI tools and their use cases. This call is led by Chris Lannon. not Chris Lannon. Sorry, Chris Daigle. Chris Lannon has his own call. We'll get to that in a minute. Chris Daigle does the Monday call on tools and their applications. He dug deep into a AI powered email management tool. I guess I will say it, called Superhuman. So it's AI based. It deals with inbox management. It deals with the reply management and all kinds of other great things. So Chris did this call. It was a dive into the Superhuman platform. It is a paid tool. It's $30 a month for it. I don't think they have a free version. He talked about natural language inbox search and email summarization as big features. This is a nice one. One click unsubscribe. We all get a lot of newsletters and emails and other junk that comes in. So that alone is probably worth the price of admission. And Chris talked about use cases and how to focus in on the best way to use it in your environment. So that was the Monday call. And again, whenever we have a call, we have links. If there are other resources like documents and things like that, PowerPoint slide decks that were shared during the call, those will get linked in there as well. So if you missed Chris's call on Monday and you want to learn a little bit more about Superhuman, check out the recording. On Tuesday, oh, look, Wayne's call just popped in. On Tuesday, as I said, Segovia leads our prompting call, and he's a prompt master. So we do a call on Tuesday called Prompting Essentials, expert tips and tricks with Segovia. This week, we talked about prompt stacking, workflow mapping, AI integration, and custom GPTs. So if you're into prompting, if you're a newbie in prompting, dive into this call. There's not really a beginning. You just got to jump in and start learning and doing it. It's a great call for that. We had some nice activity on the call that was shared by Jurgen and Andrew discussing how they're actually using it. So these calls are not just talking head teaching calls. These are interactive. The people on the call they have questions, they have comments, it's an interactive call. It's not just a teaching head. So check out the call. Segovia did. Prompt stacking was the thing that I learned about. And again, here's the resources that he shared during his call. Prompt Vault, I will just bring this up real quickly. Prompt Vault is our prompt storage management, optimization, categorization, and testing tool, and building tool. This is free. As an AI insider, you get this. If someone could throw, thank you very much, Tina. Prompt Vault's an amazing tool. It lets you build prompts. It lets you optimize prompts. And the really cool thing here is, as a time-saving feature, it lets you run your prompt right inside Prompt Vault on different models. So we've all been in the case where, we're working on a prompt and we try it in this model, and now we want to copy it over and try it in this model. And that's just a time suck doing that. So Prompt Vault lets you have access to a variety of models. It has optimization tools. It's a great tool. So no more keeping your prompts on sticky notes, like a lot of us do, or in various other places. This is a free benefit of joining the AI Insider program. The link is in the chat. Check it out. Sign up for a course, and sign up for the AI Insider program. Get yourself access to Prompt Vault and go to town in there. On the Wednesday call, we have the AI Consulting Business Blueprint, which is led by Wayne, who is one of our fellows in the program. Fellows in the program, I'm a fellow in the program, Wayne's a fellow. We're basically a little bit elevated in the program in terms of our experience, in terms of our background, in terms of how far into the program we've gotten. And we get to the point where we're able to share our knowledge and bring our domain expertise to the community. That's what this is all about. So the consulting strategies, the business blueprint call is for people who currently have a job and are learning about AI because they want to go out and start their own business. It's for people who are existing coaches or consultants or agencies who want to learn about AI and how to add that as a service to the clients that they're serving. So it's very much a nuts and bolts, how to go out there and make the business happen. Wayne is doing that every day. He's out there making the business happen, and he's bringing back his tips and tricks to the community and sharing with us in real time just about what's working and what's not working. So if you're looking to start up your own consulting business, if you're looking to expand what you're doing and you want to learn some tactics and strategies of how to approach the market, we're talking about cold prospecting right now. We're talking about consistent follow-up. Wayne shared earlier on this call the relationship he has with SCORE and the benefit that that brings. So that was discussed extensively on the call. And again, a lot of interactive conversation on the call about what people are trying, what's working. Hey, I tried this. Did I not do it the right way? It didn't give me the results that I was quite looking for. So Karen and Vidya shared with us on the call that they're engaging with SCORE. Terrence also shared on the call his experience with SCORE. So again, it's interactive. It's not just talking head. Wayne is bringing the details again of what's working on the street right now because he's out there. He's making the business happen for his business, and he's a great beacon of information to share with us what's happening and how things are working and how we can start our own business or make our own business even better. So I encourage you to check out that call if you are looking to do that in your world.
Hey,
The
Lee, to add to that real quick, if you don't mind.
absolutely.
Not if you're just like trying to build your own, consulting business or, what I mean, that's one aspect that he definitely nails down. But if you just, if you have a sales team, if you're involved, with you're consulting with a sales team, the insight, if you kind of just take a view from your perspective, everything he talks about can be applied, right? So it's a great call, and I just want to, tip my hat off to Wayne and thank him. And I look forward to being on the future calls.
So, Andrew, can you validate your comment by describing what your business is and how you're taking what you heard on Wayne's call and bringing it into your organization?
Yeah, so Dr. Genius, we're a healthcare marketing SaaS with a service of providing website and obviously marketing, patient engagement. It's a whole platform. There's a lot of moving pieces. We have pretty big sales team of around, including SDRs, about 14, 15 individuals. And the support is, even bigger. But so for sales, like I'm just pulling out the nuggets and then giving them to VP of sales, like, hey, have you tried this? Or here's some possibilities, right? And then slowly, because I have a whole AI initiation or ignition type rollout that I'm doing with the org that's really slow, and I'm doing it real in baby steps to make sure I get the most user adoption possible. So I'm, a little video here, a little email survey here, and just slowly introducing, the possibilities. And that's what I'm doing with sales as well. So taking, what Wayne's bringing and going, okay, here, Phil, which is my VP of sales, and also my little brother, we're a family organization. So I'm going, hey, this is something that I've seen working. And then, I can bring some of my experience as well, because I've been in sales for over 20 years. I developed a call center in Costa Rica to start this business about 15 years ago, and then brought it back here. Sorry, that was my dog. I have a lot of background in like all the way down to the press one days of call centers. So, and then all the way till now with direct demand, and utilizing Google ads now to maximize call conversions, which if you haven't, if you're touching Google Ads right now and you haven't dived into the PMax, the Performance Max AI campaigns, it's definitely something to take a look at. Conversions will definitely, if you can nail it down, conversions will go through the roof. You'll see, you know, at least, I mean, in my experience, a 30% increase in leads, and your cost per lead will come down. So,
Excellent.
you know, just for, you know, it's the back and forth, just like the community. It's, you know, you give a little, you get a little, right? And that's what I like. You know, I'm already reaching out to Wayne on some other initiatives via chat. You know, so it's like you said, it's the community. That's where the value is. The course is great, and you know, going through and you're going to expand your knowledge, of course, and get all the resources. And you know, like what you're providing Lee here, going over and outlining everything, it really, that brings a ton of value, because it shows you how to utilize the community and the whole program, right?
Appreciate that.
So that's it. You know, that's my take on it.
Excellent. And thank you for I'll add that it's not just for people who are looking to start their business. Here's a seasoned business owner who has had multiple businesses, and he's in this program looking to bring AI into his organization. And you know, I've had multiple businesses in my career. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up, but I'm a lifelong learner, and it's all about engaging with people. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. Okay. So
Absolutely.
it's all about engaging with people and different perspectives and point of view, and picking up those golden nuggets, and being able to take it back to your team, you know, your VP, your sales team. Appreciate that, Andrew. Look forward to your, you know, continued participation in the program and our calls, and looking to the value that you're going to bring and perspective from an organization like you have. I think that's going to be very, very valuable, particularly as we go out there and engage with more and more people. So thank you. Appreciate that. And didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I just kind of wanted to highlight what your background is and why what you were saying is 100% valid in this conversation. Wayne, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to first of all thank you, Andrew, for your kind words. The important part, I think, of what we do now, and not understanding that there are people that have daytime jobs, and so they may only be able to work this in chunks of opportunity and effort. So that's where I look at what works as far as effort, the smallest amount of effort, or the greatest return on effort, I should say, and cost is calling, email, and in-person visits. And that's why now we're going back to the prospecting, the framework, which is the attention, identify, give a reason, benefit, because statement, and an ask statement. And that's something that people can do when they have an hour a day. They can put together their sequence of building their business and go out and do it. And that's what I love to see. I love to see people take action, because enough action gets you momentum, and enough momentum gets you where you want, because you'll get success. So thank you.
The flywheel effect. Just get that flywheel going, and
Yeah,
it'll start
right.
taking off. I'm actually parlaying this in on my scaling up. I'm a certified scaling up business executive coach. And I've decided I'm going to go out and help other scaling up coaches leverage AI to do their business better, faster, cheaper, and help their clients be more productive and increase the revenue with less people.
absolutely. And all of those coaches, Steve, are having conversations with existing and possible new clients, and the conversation, you know, AI is coming up in those conversations. So the scaling up coaches need to have the AI tools in their tool belt, or, you know, whether it's tools in your tool belt, or colors on your palette, or bows in your quiver, you know, however you want to say it. It's a plus, it's an add-on, and it's great. There's great value there. So appreciate all the commentary. Thank you very much for sharing, everybody. All right. See, it's not just me saying this community is cool. All right.
No, I can keep going on if you want.
No, I'm good. I got a few more things to get through, Andrew, but we'll get some video testimonial recorded for sure. All right. Thursday's call. So Thursday was last night, and as I said, there's just a little bit of a process of organizing these calls and getting them up online. So you'll see that when I'm on a call, I have Fathom. So Fathom is there's Chris. Okay, so everybody, this is Chris Lannon. Uh, who is the other Chris? Chris Lannon runs our Thursday call, which is AI workflows and automations. So that's not Chris Daigle, that's Chris Lannon, and I apologize for the mistake here. So Chris last night did a really interesting exercise where he took us through the process of using generative AI to create a white paper, going from an intake form, a Google form online where somebody says, here's my name and email, here's the topic I want the white paper on, and here's the target audience. Just those fields, submit, and then Chris took the whole process through the Google form into Google Sheets, and then into an automated workflow in Make. So if you're not familiar with what Make is, it's make.com. It's an automation workflow builder. You'll hear the expression low code, no code. A lot of the sophisticated things that we can do in AI today is because of these low code, no code environments. It's very much a visual builder where you can grab, and it's like Legos. You can just put these things together and chain them together. So Chris took us through this whole process. It was really cool. We had people on the call that went to the form, filled it out, and then we went back to Make and we watched it going through the whole process. And at the end of the call, people were getting emails. Here's your white paper. So it was a great demonstration. He pre-built the scenario. It's called a scenario. So he pre-built the scenario in Make before our call. So it wasn't a nuts and bolts of here's how I built this, but it's a here's what I built and here's how it works and here's what each step and stage of it does and how it moves from this process to the next process. The very, very cool thing about what happens on the Thursday calls when Chris is doing stuff in Make is that he can export that scenario. It's a JSON file. And when the video gets uploaded into the community, along with the video will be summary and AI summary and all that kind of stuff. But he's going to share with us that JSON file. So you can go get a free Make account and you can upload this thing that Chris took, whatever time it was to build. You can upload that into your Make account and, change some connections in terms of connecting it to your ChatGPT account and connecting it to your Google account. And there it is. And that's, for me, that's a great way to learn. I'm a visual learner. I'm a hands-on learner. I need to take it apart to figure out how it works and then put it all back together. So that kind of content gets shared. So it was a great call last night with Chris. I also just wanted to highlight, as I mentioned, so you'll see my Fathom. We typically use Fathom at Chief AI Officer, so you'll see it on the calls a lot. It's a free tool. I'm not getting any affiliate referrals here or anything like that. So it's a free tool. It records the call for you, and then it gives you a summary. But I also just wanted to highlight this new feature they have in Fathom where you can change what kind of summary you have. So you can have a chronological summary, you can have a sales-based summary, a sales-based summary based on some different sales frameworks like BANT and SPICE and things like that. You can have a one-on-one project update. So they've put all these different tools in here. So based on what your function is, you can tailor the summary to get the information you want out of the call. So yes, the Make call will be available on the site. It will probably be up either later today or tomorrow. And again, there'll be all the downloads there as well. So shout out to Chris for that. It was a fun call last night. Very hands-on use. That was one of the things we talked about also was, okay, here's this tool that can generate white papers. What could you use it for? Or and we talk about thinking in AI here. We talk about that a lot. In the thinking of AI context, how could you use this thing that Chris built for generating white papers and deploy it on some other business process or use case within an organization? Okay, so it was great. We came up with some different ideas, lead magnets. Andrew mentioned that this would be a great tool in his organization. He works with doctors' offices, and his team generates a lot of content for doctors' offices. So the research component that the research component that Chris built into this process really takes a deep dive and goes in and pulls out some great information along with citations. And Andrew had a light bulb moment and said, "Wow, this would be great for us to use." So you see something, and this happens all the time in our world. You see something and someone's presenting it in a particular use case, and it triggers something in your brain where you go, "Oh, wait a minute, I just need to change this and this over here, and that'll work over there." So that's what these are about. It's just learning, and going through and doing all of that. So thank you to Chris Lannon for the make call. And again, all the Thursday calls are in the VIP library.
It's
Here-
live now.
It's up. Is it up now?
Yep. I'm looking at it. On the
Well, that's
VIP
good.
video vault.
That's because Segovia is in the back end pushing buttons while I'm on the call to get these things up there. So ta-da, there it is. So as I said, here's Chris's call from last night. So we've got the video, we've got the summary, the takeaways, and all the components that we talked about here. And then he will be adding some supplemental content to this, specifically the JSON files that he used to create the scenario. So thank you for the wizard behind the curtain for shoving these up during the course of the call. All right. I want to touch on questions. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that's going on in your world? Anything that's come up on this call? Do we have any questions in the house? I'm going to keep on rolling. Remember, if you've got a question,
I
just
got one. I got a crazy question. ADT time. I don't know. Is that a new time zone? What the heck is that?
what time zone?
ADT. If you go to the events and you look now, like last night's call, the one I didn't get on, workflow automation says 9 p.m. ADT. Is that, I'm in Eastern. I mean, I don't know what time that is.
Yeah, so it's east of the Eastern time zone. So it's Atlantic Daylight Time is what ADT stands for. So it's one click east, it's out in the ocean, or actually
So it's an hour later than Eastern time.
yeah, it catches like Newfoundland and Brunswick up in Canada and those kind of areas. I don't know why the call was put up there for ADT, but yeah, I just
Yeah, just so that's why I missed the call, but now I know why. So
I'll look into that.
okay. No problem. And another golden nugget on the call today. We all learned what ADT was. See, you never know what you're going to get on these calls. Thank you, Steve.
I'm here to help, man.
Here to help. All right. In the minutes remaining, I want to touch on a few things that happened in the world of AI. Last week, we talked about Notebook LM from Google, and I'm going to throw a couple of links in here. So Notebook LM, if you haven't heard about it, is a really cool tool that's been around for a while. But what Google recently just added to it was voice processing. So you can now load content into Notebook LM. It's free, and you can actually get it to generate an audio summary. There's just two voices now, so there's a man and a woman, and it's kind of like a podcast conversation going back and forth about the content that you uploaded. So go play with Notebook LM. It's very cool. But what was announced this week is, I guess, based on the interest in Notebook LM, is that Google is now making this available as an additional service. So it's kind of out of beta. It's an official product now, and something that they're going to continue to put resources on, again, based on the feedback from people. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to Notebook LM here. I think it's Notebook. I don't know I don't know what the link for it is, but just search Notebook LM. You'll find it. It's free, and you can play around with it. So it's an official Google product now. Um, in the world of our language, and when things have made it in the world. All right. So Perplexity, if you're not familiar with what Perplexity is, go check it out. It's search on steroids. It's as if Google and ChatGPT had a baby, and it's called Perplexity. So instead of going to, actually, I can show you right here. So instead of going into Google and asking a question and then having to go, click all these crazy links. I had this happen last night. I closed Chrome. I had a bunch of tabs that are open. Then I opened a new window and it lost my profile and all kinds of crazy things. So Perplexity goes out, it checks all kinds of sources, and then it synthesizes the answer for you. So you don't have to go to each website that surfaces in Google and take a look at it and go, no, that's not what I'm looking for, or that's not a good answer. Perplexity goes out, synthesizes all the research for you, and comes back with an answer. So Perplexity has now crossed the language domain, and the CEO of Perplexity, Aravind, has officially said Plexit is now the official expression. So instead of saying, why don't you Google that? We can now say, why don't you Plex that? So I Plexed it, go Plex it. It's official, right up there with Kleenex and Xerox. So we're happy for Perplexity, and congratulations on making that language jump. Um, there's a lot of commentary when ChatGPT really, stuff started coming out. Everybody was concerned about content and copyright. We now know that all the large language model companies were basically hoovering up absolutely everything on the web, every YouTube video, everything. They just sucked it all in, with no compensation to artists or creators or makers. This is the first sign now of how the creator market is going to work with the AI space. So a major studio in Hollywood, I believe it's Lionsgate. Okay. So Lionsgate has entered into an agreement with Runway to basically allow Runway to train its models on the entire Lionsgate cinema movie catalog. Uh, that's a pretty big deal. And you can bet that all the movie actors and actresses that are in Lionsgate movies are calling their agent right now saying, how do I make money on this? And how do I protect my likeness, my face, my voice, my image, everything else that goes along with it? To be determined. Well, they're figuring that all out, but this is the first step, and we're going to see more of these where the AI companies know they can't just go out and grab this stuff for free anymore. It's they took the ask for forgiveness model instead of ask for permission model at the onset when they trained all these models, and they've all basically admitted to, yeah, we took all that stuff. The former head of Google, Eric Schmidt, basically said, if you're a startup company, you go out and you grab all the data that you possibly can. And if your company doesn't succeed, it doesn't matter. If your company does succeed, then you can hire lawyers to defend what you did and pay the fines and everything else. So check out this little blurb about the deal. It's the beginning of things to come. It's interesting to see how this is going to trickle down into the Runway project. I'm not a big, I don't play with a lot of visual tools like Runway and things like that, but you can take a look at the article and see what they're doing there. And then last but not least, OpenAI has released a advanced version of their voice. So advanced voice is rolling out to Plus and Team users right now over the next week. It has custom instructions, it's got memory, it's got 5 new voices, and it has improved accents. It can also say, sorry, I'm late in over 50 languages. So let me just unshare here for a second and reshare to make sure that I grabbed audio, which I didn't. Share sound. Okay. So this is the new.
Hey, ChatGPT. I want to apologize to my grandma for being really late.
Oh, that's sweet of you to think about apologizing. How about something like, Grandma, I'm really sorry for being so late. I didn't mean to keep you waiting. Can I make it up to
she
you?
only speaks Mandarin.
Got it. You could say, 奶奶，对不起，我迟到了。我不是故意让您等这么久的。我可以怎么补偿您呢? This shows your apology and willingness to make it up to her.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it goes well with your grandma.
So an acceleration of voice. This as I
Hey,
said,
ChatGPT. I want to apologize to my grandma for being really late.
we're done. Stop it. Okay. So, as voice continues to evolve, this is ultimately the way that we're going to be interacting with these LLMs on a very significant level, them talking to us talking to them. This is the next advancement in that. And the links are in the chat so that you can take a look at it. Go check it out. There's a bunch of demos online and other stuff that's out there. So I'm going to kill the share. I'm going to ask if there are any additional questions. I'm going to ask if everything got covered. If you put a question or a comment in chat, if it wasn't covered or covered to your satisfaction, please let me know right now so that we can make sure everyone's questions were addressed before we dump off the call. And I want to thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new here, join us, AI Insider community. Check out Prompt Vault and all the other goodies that are out there. If you're new here as a new member of the AI Insider program, welcome. We're really glad that you're here. This is a great tribe of like-minded individuals on this AI journey, and you're just going to get a lot of value. I guarantee it. You absolutely are. So if nobody has any other questions or comments or anything else going on, I think we're good. Tina, we're all set in chat. Looks like we're all set in chat. Okay.
You're good.
Thumbs up, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, calls every day of the week, Monday through Friday. Call recordings are inside our community. Sign up for free. Check it out. If you're already in there and there's a call that I highlighted on today's call that is of interest to you, go check it out. Whether you're, a geek into, the make kind of automation, or Wayne's call about, getting the business happening, or Chris's call on using Superhuman. Just a lot of great content got shared this week, and this was just a very high level overview of it. The next challenge is coming up on the 14th of October. So if you know somebody who might be interested, encourage them to go and sign up for the challenge. And if you are here and you didn't see the challenge, sign up for the AI Insider program and check out the recordings. I appreciate you all. I know how valuable time is. I appreciate you spending a slice of it with us today. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.